Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half acre homestead, and yes, I have a cold. I don't have the flu. I refuse the flu shot, and even if I did have the flu, I still wouldn't have got the flu shot. This is the first real cold I've had in probably 6 years. So this is day three, and I thought I'd have licked it by now, but I guess all that butchering and hunting and all that stuff is kind of, I guess I kind of ran out of gas. So there were some people who asked me some questions, and I wanted to answer them, and there was somebody who wanted me to, and I'm really sorry, friend, if I've forgotten your name, wanted to send a shout out for someone who's got a massive blockage in their heart, and they're going in for surgery, and they're pretty weak. So, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten your name, but God knows who you are. So that's, I'm sending out my love and prayers to everybody. Oh, I'm breaking out in a sweat. Maybe that's a good sign. Somebody asked me recently, how did I learn how to cook all these, they said, all these fantastic meals? I didn't. My mom died when I was 9, and my dad had to learn how to cook. So I never even learned how to cook anything other than eggs until I was 16. But cooking, real cooking, is not a lot more than common sense. I mean, you've got your basics. You've got flour, you got meat, you got potatoes, you got vegetables, and you got seasonings. And sooner or later, you're just going to go, hey, that works. That should work with that. And you just go on out there and try it. I mean, when I met Wolfie, he wouldn't eat nothing but meat, potatoes, and corn. He'd eat carrots. He'd eat carrots if they were roasted in a roasting pan with a roast beef, and he would eat vegetables if they were on a sub sandwich. 23 years later, that man eats just about everything I put in front of him except liver. If I want liver, I gotta cook it for myself and cook him something else. And I love liver with bacon and onions and gravy, and it's just yummy. Anyway, I must be low on iron if I'm craving that. Anyway, I'm rambling because I am actually quite sick, I think. This is day three. I'm living on, I'm eating, but I'm drinking lots of herbal tea with homestead honey, and that seems to have been keeping things going, but I'm gonna fall a little behind on my videos. And so I really apologize for that. Cooking isn't rocket science. It's chemistry, but it's not rocket science, folks. All you have to do is, all I remember, when I was a little girl, is my mother, except for opening a can now and again because we didn't have a big freezer, my mother cooked everything from scratch. I didn't know that potatoes came in flakes until I was 14 years old. I didn't know that gravy came in a can until I was I was like 18 or 19 years old. Because my mother, that is a very clear memory, my mother did everything from scratch. And years later, when I was a mother and my kids were young, I mean, if I was working or or prepackaged stuff went on sale, I would, I trusted that prepackaged food was safe because they're selling it to us to eat. But I soon found out that prepackaged food, no matter how cheap it is not as cheap as cooking from scratch. I mean, you get them instant flavored mashed potatoes that are full of 16 million ingredients, and they go on sale for 99 cents. And you buy 10 of them. That's $10. That's 10 meals. Well, I'm sorry. For $2.99, you can get a 10-pound bag of potatoes, and you just save yourself $7. You didn't save yourself pouring boiling water in it and going, there you go, Bob's your uncle, you got mashed potatoes. But with that $7 savings, okay, you can go ahead and you can buy, a pound of ground beef or some chicken legs. So if you really think about it, something may look cheap, Or, excuse me, well, it does look cheap, but something may look inexpensive, but when it comes right down to it, cooking from scratch and starting with basic ingredients, meat, vegetables, seasonings, milk, cheese. If you got those things, if you got flour and you got eggs and you got milk and meat and vegetables, you can cook just about anything anywhere. So, and it's going to be a whole lot better for you. Anyway, this is the Mrs. Volpe from our Half Acre Homestead saying, be patient with me, folks. My videos will be caught up in a couple of days. But I'm going to bed now and with a great big cup of herbal tea, and I'm going to try and get some work done tomorrow. All right, you take care and God bless. And remember, folks, no matter how bad things can seem to be, you're never going to come up against a brick wall. All right, you just have to take a deep breath, say a prayer, because your life can turn around in the next moment. So always live for that moment when it's going to turn around, because it will. Take care. God bless.